Hello and welcome to My Body, My Power podcast, where we shine our light, claim our worth, and empower the next generation. I'm your host, Kristen Rubis, a heart-led entrepreneur, mentor, and the creator behind the My Body, My Power movement. Here, we uncover authenticity, celebrate self-expression, and create a life and career that lights up the world. Welcome, Goddess. Let's dive in. Hello, My Body, My Power listeners. Welcome back to the My Body, My Power podcast. I'm Kristen, your host, and I'm deeply grateful to be having an empowering conversation with Stephanie Steyer. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hi, Kristen. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We're super excited to have this conversation. And I just want to say thank you for being here, because every time we have a new speaker, we learn such great tools for self-care and empowerment. So I'm really excited to have this conversation with you.
Thank you.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Stephanie, and the amazing work you're doing in the world.
I'm an older woman, right? I am over 60. Mm-hmm. I have worked in the world of graphic design for 40 plus years, which when I got into it was a very male dominated field. And I feel that women who are in my age bracket, especially over 55, tend to be disregarded, tend to be pushed aside. A couple years ago, I actually tried to look for a job. You think ageism isn't real, right? Yeah. And feel that there's a real need for women in my age bracket to recognize their wisdom and be visible and bring their wisdom out into our world. Yeah. So I work with visioning and ritual to help them feel more grounded in their bodies, more connected to their desires, their aspirations, and and we work together to do that.
Cool. And what does that look like?
Well, primarily my work is around helping women feel seen and remembering who they are. And I created a system, a process that through my work with clients in design that I call Muse Boards. And they are similar to a vision board, but these are, because of the way they are created with my clients, they have incredible longevity. I mean, I have clients who have been using them now for 13 years. And they don't change them. So it's very interesting. They feel there's a combination of them finding their images and me guiding them to find them. And then with my design eye, I can see rhythms and patterns and ways that they get to express. And I hear words that come in through their images, and I put those on their Muse board so that they feel inspired. And they actually have told me, I grow into these words, or I grow into these images.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yeah.
Do you want to talk more about the process?
Well, the process is right now I am working to create a online course so that it could be semi self-guided. I'm going to experiment and maybe include a time to actually speak to me in person, right, through Telegram or whatever. And then essentially I use guided meditation, ritual, and journal prompts to help them really tune in to where they're at and where they imagine themselves to be and what that would feel like for them. So I really try to work with their feelings around how they want to be in the world. And a lot of times when people receive their Muse boards after they're done, there's tears. They feel seen. They no longer feel invisible. And you know what it's like. We all know what it's like. You get going in your day or your month or your year, and all of a sudden you're kind of forgetting where you are in the process. And I know for myself, I raised 2 children. A lot of times I was alone, even in my marriage. Then I was single with 2 teenagers. And by the end of the day, falling into bed, I always knew there was more. Like, my soul yearned for more. Why did I have this huge long to-do list, but somehow I wasn't me? I wasn't on that list, or I was on the bottom of the list. And then I would get rotated to the next day's to-do list and it'd still be at the bottom, right?
Wow, yeah.
And I remember so many times thinking, maybe Friday, I'll carve out Friday for my me time of doing something creative, say ceramics or painting or whatever. And so many times it would be, okay, got to take the kid to the doctor or go to the grocery store or life, right? Life happening.
Yeah.
And so I have found that these Muse boards really help me to remember, to ground into my body and say, oh yeah, okay, there I am. That's where I want to be. And that's where I want to go in my life. And over the years, working with clients, I've had people, I had one woman, she was dreadfully afraid of being pregnant. I don't know, she had a lot of anxiety about it, but she did a Muse board with me around pregnancy. And she had these beautiful images of pregnant bellies and women and, all those beautiful shots that are on Pinterest, right?
Yeah.
And she put those on her Muse board, and within a few months, she was pregnant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, through IVF. And then maybe 15 months later, she had her own natural.
Wow.
She got pregnant again naturally. So I've had people who do Muse boards for healing trauma in their life, various types of trauma, all the kinds, right? And or where do I want to live? Where do I want to be in my life? And then my client who did that specific idea around where do I want to live, she found her home that she now lives in on a lake in Minnesota within 6 months. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's so powerful.
It is. I think, and the other thing that's interesting is there's actually science behind this. There's the reticular brain system in our stem cell of our brain and goes to the spinal column that helps us see things and selectively. And a good example of this is, say you're going to buy a car. And you want a, pale green little Fiat 500, right? Those really cute little, you look like you could just pick them up, right? And then all of a sudden you start seeing them everywhere for whatever reason. But that's the reticular brain cell system that is helping you see. So when we have visual images like the one behind me, that helps us to remember, right? To keep seeing the things in our lives that we desire. It just reinforces it. It works with our brain, essentially.
That's wonderful. I mean, it's great. It's the combination of science and art and its full expression, and to be able to then have it align with people's paths of manifestation or healing or bringing in different people or babies or whatever. It's such a beautiful tool.
Yeah. Yeah. And and like I said, it has some sustainability there. I've gone back to clients and they say, no, I'm good. I love my Muse board. I don't need it yet. So, and then I have had other clients who have done multiple ones for different reasons. For calling in love or calling in a new job or whatever. So.
And do you, when you work with clients privately for the Muse board process, like how long is that time frame?
Usually I have it in 6 modules. 6, so it could be 6 weeks. It could be 3 weeks. I like to give them a little time in between so that they can actually integrate, right? They have some time to integrate what they're feeling, to really sit with what they desire, because it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to create this vision board for the year. And Muse boards are definitely different than a vision board that you create with your friends on a Saturday afternoon over a bottle of wine and a stack of magazines. So I really like to say that, because this is a different type of process that I have really developed over the years of working with clients and tuning into what's the next steps. And the other thing I want to say about it is my clients all choose their images. I do not choose them, except at the end process when I'm putting together the board. I use Photoshop, and it's a digital product at the end, and their inner critic doesn't get to play on the final selection of images.
That's cool.
It is, because
so then it's like a surprise.
Yeah. And I've had clients tell me, oh, I know I picked that picture, and I don't think I would have put it on the board. I think I would have stopped myself. But, that's when those pictures need to be there.
Yeah. Well, that's curious. Like you're saying, it's different than a vision board. So My Body, My Power, for years, I'll do vision boards with the girls at the end of the year for the following year. And it's powerful. We talk about setting intentions and making wishes and setting goals and, thinking about those goals, seeing yourself in those goals, and just teaching them kind of that process of manifestation and just believing in the future and trying to bring in what you want, and then the feelings and the emotions, and how do you want to feel next year? What are some goals you have? Do you want to travel? Do you want to do more art? Do you want to take a nap? And then I just have, magazines, or I have one of my graphic designers just created a bunch of just positive words and positive images and expressions and quotes and stuff. But it's so fun to witness them, to create them, and who's drawn to what words. And some of them, do stickers of their name, others do stencil, others just write it. So I love that it's just an authentic expression for them where they're at. And same thing with the Muse boards. It's just, they're all the same as far as the process, but they're totally unique expressions of art and healing and beauty. And so good for you. That's beautiful.
Thank you. And, I've done a few in-person retreats where I've guided people through this, and they don't do a Muse board necessarily, but they do, I guide them through the same kind of process. So they are finding images in magazines and putting them together. And what I love about it so much is talking with them individually and finding out what it represents. What do these images represent for you? Yeah.
Because we might have our own idea, and then they speak it and they're like, oh, wow, that's what you see, or that's how you feel, or that was your intention. Yeah, and actually to be in a circle of the girls, because we do that too, where we have them like, well, who wants to share? And then to hear them like speak about it, that's just so empowering to be witnessed and heard in that expression as well.
Yeah, so much so. Yeah.
For any age and stage.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, beautiful. That's such a wonderful thing you've created. It's good for you.
Thank you.
And so then the last, it's a digital product. What's the medium that it's on, or is it?
So what I do is I create it in Photoshop, and then I send it to them, and I let them decide if there's any glaring things that they, don't like. Usually that's not the case. Most of the time, I've only had it happen once or twice. But then they get it digitally, and so they can put it on the wallpaper of their phone or their computer, and that really makes a difference. They look at it every day, and then I have it printed on I've done it a couple different ways, but now I really like this. It's very shiny.
Oh yeah, it's really shiny. That's pretty.
Yeah, and it's on metal. And then it can hang or sit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so it's really thin and bright and shiny.
Yeah, and then the one behind me is also on metal, and that one is This is 12 inches in diameter, and that one is 36 big.
Oh, wow.
I know. Because I have this dream that I would love to work with a corporation and create a Muse board around their vision, mission, purpose statement.
Oh, so cool. Yes. That's fun.
So, and then, do a big one like that so that they would put it in the foyer of their offices, and it would, inform their clients. It would inform their employees. It would just reinforce what they're doing in the world. So, anyway,
nice.
But I did have what?
Corporate contracts in the future?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm open. I did have a client who said to me, she goes, I want that. I want big because I have a big vision. So, we can do that too if that needs to happen. So, anyway. Wow.
Yeah, the professionalism in it too. It's not just like cardboard and magazines. It's an actual beautiful art piece.
It is. It is an art piece for each person individually. And none of them are the same. They all have different shapes. I actually had somebody ask me one time, well, couldn't you just do a little app and then people could plug in their pictures? But it doesn't work that way when pictures are so different, right?
Right. Well, it's almost, I don't know, it seems like you're also bringing in the emotional pieces of it, and to just be on an app or whatever, like to experience the art in a different way and to be able to really take it in and to feel it, to then make the choices, seems like it makes it more potent.
Well, and then, there's me, that my sense of design, my sense of art that contributes to it, and then witnesses the person who is finding the images or putting themselves out there, right? Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks.
So what's a story from your life that captures the essence of who you are today?
Story from my life. Boy, I think that really it is just having life experience, and it's such an interesting time to be an older woman. I mean, I lived through. We had a dress code when I was a kid. I grew up in the early to mid 70s, and when I went to grade school, we couldn't wear pants, and I lived in Kansas City. It was freaking cold.
Wow.
But, and then when I got to junior high, I couldn't wear pants. And that was in California, which you'd think would be aggressive, but it wasn't, not for women or girls. And then, I got married, and we were going to be married, and I couldn't get on we were going to buy a house before we got married, and I couldn't be on the mortgage papers because we weren't married. And this was 77.
Okay.
And even though my income was going to help pay for the house, for the mortgage, and growing up with that, feeling invisible, feeling unimportant. I experienced it in my second marriage when I went to work for a family business, and it wasn't my family, it was his family, and feeling very invisible. It's like, oh my gosh, here I am again. I hated it, and I put up with it for 15 years, and that was a long time.
Yeah.
But I think that really defined me, and has now really felt like, okay, this is really important. I'm sure I'm not the only person out there who has experiences this, the only woman who, sitting in meetings and you're the only woman and feeling like your ideas aren't being heard. And when you say something, it gets bypassed. And then all of a sudden somebody circles back around with your idea that you just said maybe 20 minutes ago. It's like,
big breath in.
Yep, exactly. But that, I think, is definitely defines who I am now.
And you're out there being seen in the world and helping others be seen in the world.
I am.
Yeah, good for you.
I like that. A little bit of shoulder movement.
Yes. You can see that on YouTube, and just trust it in Spotify.
That's right.
So what pain or struggle have you turned into a source of power or purpose?
Well, I think that one for sure. This sense, I've struggled with this sense of feeling invisible and unimportant my whole life. And it wasn't from my family of origin.
Oh, wow.
No.
Can you say more about that?
Well, I'm the oldest girl in the family of 4 kids. I have an older brother who's 6.5 years older than I am. But, and then there was me. And then my poor mom, she had my younger brother and my younger sister within 2 years of after I was born. So
okay, wow,
3 years of being pregnant. And then, but I was put into a position of having a lot of responsibility. I wasn't, my mom was a teacher and an artist, and my dad was a teacher, and they encouraged me to get an education and to do what I love. I wasn't ever told, oh, you can't be an artist. Oh, you can't go to become a graphic designer. Oh, you can't be, I did a lot of ceramics in high school. You can't do that. I was never told that ever.
That's great.
Yeah. I was given freedom to do things that I loved. So I pursued things. So I didn't feel like that was where I was held back. I just felt like in school and in work situations, I was more the underling.
Yeah, wow.
So,
yeah, just how you had said too, being kind of the only female in the graphic design world back then. And just for a moment, I'm just sitting here just trying to feel what that must have felt like, because I haven't been in those positions. So yeah, that must have been really challenging to still feel valid and valuable without being acknowledged, and, you know, having voice and having professionalism and it not being seen or respected, you know, that's hard.
Yeah, it is. I found it within myself to keep trying, right?
Yeah, good.
And to keep going, and to keep speaking up. And I know that in the business that I worked in with my now ex-husband, I contributed a lot, and I did not get recognition at all. And I know I did, because they made a lot of money with my ideas. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Karma. I know. I'm like, well, karma provides. It's like,
a friend of mine says, grin and nod.
Thanks for what you have and keep moving forward for more.
and the lessons from that have been amazing, right? Because I can say, oh, yes, I helped with that. Even though I'm not, gives me goosebumps just to even say that.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah. Good for you. That's beautiful. So I ask this to every interviewee. What does my body, my power mean to you?
Well, first of all, I love the name, My Body, My Power. That just really, really, it just makes me go into my body. And then I feel empowered. I feel emboldened. I feel ready to take on the world.
Beautiful. Put that on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, you may. You go for it.
Thank you. We'll put that on a Muse board.
There you go.
So how does your diverse experiences, skills, or qualifications come together to create a unique approach to your work or mission?
Well, I think having a design background has really taught me how to see. I don't know. I look back on my life and I think, oh my gosh, I've been a graphic designer my whole life. I designed the covers of my reports in 4th grade, right? I helped design posters for my dad for his classes. Hand lettered, right? Blah, blah, blah. And I think that, and the other thing that I know about myself now, that I remember as a kid was lying in the grass and paying attention to clouds and flowers and insects and beauty all around me. And to me, beauty is a mindfulness practice. So when you see something beautiful like a sunset or a rainbow or the clouds in the sky after a storm, you can't help but be in that moment right then and there, right? You're totally present. So if you can hold on to that and pay attention enough, you don't have to sit in a place and do meditation. You can just observe beauty because it's all around us.
Thank you. Well, and I think so much of our society too is focusing on negativity or what isn't working or what's not whole or complete. And so to be able to notice the small beauties and beauty everywhere in the world, every day.
Every day. And I'm not talking about superficial beauty. I'm talking, usually I find beauty in nature. That's the easiest place. Right?
For sure.
Yeah. But even in a little baby's laugh or your dog doing something really silly.
Right. Or just a sweet compliment from a friend or a loved one where you're just like, take it in for a moment, not just like, yeah, thanks. It's like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm going to feel that in my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you.
And what does radical self-acceptance mean to you, and how has it played a role in your journey?
Well, that has taken a lot of money and a lot of therapy.
You go, girl.
And I have to say that in the last 3.5 years of doing a pretty consistent ritual practice with guided meditation and lighting candles and releasing things in my life in words and burning the shit out of things, were mostly paper, not houses. It don't want to burn down my house.
Just FYI.
It really has added to my life. And, talk therapy is great. Art therapy is fabulous. Dance, whatever kind of therapy you do, EMDR, it's all valuable. And I really think that is what has helped me get to this point of accepting myself, radical acceptance. I'm not afraid. I have this daily practice of releasing fear every single morning. Fear of speaking, fear of being visible, fear of self-sabotage, fear of betrayal of myself and my betrayal of my commitment to myself, right? And allowing interruptions and people to come in and say, oh, would you like to do this? And then going, nope, I am committed to what I'm doing. So that's what radical self-acceptance really has meant. And it's taken me a long time to get here.
Yeah. Well, congrats. You're here. I ain't going back.
No, I am not going back. And I am constantly learning and growing. Constantly.
Then it sounds like also creating the containers for others, especially women, to do the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really feel that there are women who need this, that I've met some in the last year who just feel they don't know where to start. It feels as if they know there's something more, but where do I begin? So that's how I would really want to help them. It's like, here's the first step. Recognizing that you want to do something,
Yeah. Well, and I think too, since you've had this life experience, you've gone through it, you can find just the minutia detail and just the intricacy of the details of the subtleties of self-love, self-care, self-acknowledgement. Can be these grandiose things where we're doing these big things for ourselves, and it can just be hand on heart. I love you, babe. You're amazing. These little parts of just coming back home to thyself and just being reminded of ourselves and giving that validation to ourselves. You're not invisible. I see you. I got you. I mean, it has to be for ourselves and then for others. But I think, especially as women, we want to help and provide, but we have to keep coming home to our own hearts and finding that place of acceptance for ourselves every day. I mean, the fact that you have a practice every morning just shows like you're in it, you're showing it, you're the living example of it. You're not, bypassing it or pretending it's not there. And so good for you. That's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Reflecting on your journey, what is the one message or lesson you wish more people understood about the path you've chosen and why it matters?
One. I feel all of us have something to contribute. Every single living being has something to contribute in this world. And I don't want people to feel at the end of their life that they weren't heard or weren't seen or those regrets, right? That soul yearning that knows right here there's something more for you. And it like you said, it may be the first little baby steps towards moving in that direction, but baby steps build up. So, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Every baby step is a forward momentum and a forward movement.
Right.
That's
and it. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.
Boom, get it. That's it. Very good.
Helpful to remember that.
Yes, right. Truly. Every day. Adding that after the release of all the fear, and then we'll remind ourselves of that too.
Yes. And that I'm doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. We all.
Yes, well, and I just think, love, it's like just being over 60. And I mean, you're posting things for over 55. And it's funny because I'm 52, where I'm like, well, I'm 52. Can I come into the over 55 group? And it's like, no, I got my time. Like I'll eventually will get there. But I do really feel like just with my rebrand into My Body, My Power, I remember around that time, seeing a meme where it was said, girls' self-esteem peaks at 8 and dips by 12. And I was focusing on like 10 to 15-year-olds primarily in my female empowerment programming. And it was like, I saw that and I'm like, I got to do something about that, or I got to try to do something about that. And that's when I broke it down into 8 to 12-year-old tween workshops, 13 to 17-year-old teen camps, and then 18 to 80-year-old adult retreats. And so I did my first adult retreats last year. And just going back to being an older woman, where if you've lived most of your life, which we have, where we don't feel seen, acknowledged, understood, loved, validated, all those things, and then to come now into your life and you have that, and to be able to offer those containers and that safety and that community for 55 and over women. Because if you don't have it by 55, and that sense of like feeling empowered and seen on the planet, like, by golly, please find Stephanie Steyer and like do this work, because it is one of the most amazing things to feel finally, right? Is to finally feel acknowledged and valued and validated. It's like, there really isn't a better feeling on some level to feel understood and acknowledged by another human. Right. And so for you to offer these containers for 55 and older, you're doing such important work. Because I'm on the other end of like doing the youngers, right? Where I'm like, I got to plant these seeds of potentiality, but I'm being more drawn with this podcast, my up and coming membership platform, where I want to also create these containers for adults where we want to be seen and valued and heard. And so how can we come together and create these containers for that exact purpose? And so good for you, Stephanie, for just recognizing it as a need, whether it was conscious or not. But I mean, it was. But yeah, to just to be available to 55 and over and to help those women feel empowered and feel seen and feel validated. Like that's changing the world. I mean, that's revolutionary. And I mean, I remember back in the political scene when we first shifted, I had a business and then I shifted it into a nonprofit. And it was like, that was my political statement to the world, was I'm empowering girls and women on the planet. And that's like pretty progressive and pretty political, where it's like, all I have to do is that. I don't have to be anything more than providing containers and spaces for girls and women, non-binary folks to be seen and heard. Because that's it. We all need it. It's the love, acknowledgement, and understanding. So when we can create those spaces for that. I just want to say thank you again, because it's you recognized the need and you're filling it, and not everybody recognizes it or actually implements then some kind of tools and services to provide for those containers. So that's powerful.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And thank you for the work that you're doing, because then what will it be like when young girls
Thank you. Yeah.
Goosebumps all over, grow up in a way that they don't ever have to feel less than. Ever.
Correct. Yeah.
I have a 10-year-old granddaughter. She just turned 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I watch her, and she's in 5th grade, which is that age where they could go, their self-esteem can nosedive. And so far she hasn't, but she's also a Leo.
Yes. Thank goddess for that. We need these Leo women coming from a double Leo.
She's a double Leo also.
Oh, nice. What's her, do you know what her combo is? Mine is Sun and Rising.
I think hers is Sun and Rising.
Nice. Ooh, we got to meet. But I would love, is she in California?
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming down, we'll do camps and retreats down there. I'm travelable, so I'm going to get on the road and come down and see you.
Awesome. I have property. We can do it here.
Oh, great. Well, and even just thinking of like, if you do a Muse board retreat, sound healing at your retreat would be a fun collaboration.
It would be wonderful. I have 3 crystal bowls.
Oh, beautiful. Good for you.
Thank you. And I bought them because I knew I had a massage therapist who used them. And as soon as there was one day she was using it on me, and I was like, oh, I need this. I have to have this in my business. So I've included it in some of my work, but to have it in a room where there are 30, bowls or whatever. Oh my gosh. It's a symphony.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's a really unique experience.
It really is.
So Stephanie, is there anything else that you would like to share? Anything to add about the services that you're offering in our amazing world?
Well, eventually I would like to have in-person retreats, because I think there's a real need and value for women to come together and then to be witness for everyone, for each other. I mean, every time I've been in a group, it's so powerful. So watch my space. I do plan on doing that at some point in the not too distant future. Yeah. And I have some ideas about including art, and not necessarily making Muse boards, but doing other kinds of art in a similar way with images and stuff. So I have some ideas.
Fun. Good for you. Yeah. And do you have any events or programs or anything online that you could share with our listeners?
Well, I'm putting together my first series of 3 rituals. It's called Bold Awakening. And there are three rituals in that series that are, they're called Stillness is the first one, so that you can really tap into feel who you are, to remember who you are. And then Seed, figuring what it is that you want to plant, quote unquote, plant in the world. And then the third one is Connection. And that is based on finding what you desire out of your own inner heart as opposed to fear. And so that's going to be released. It's online. It's a self-guided, recorded. And then that will come, that's coming September 7th. So by the time this podcast airs, it will be out and available.
Okay.
And then I'm doing the Muse boards in a similar way, so that people can do them on their own if they wish, or work with me one-on-one.
Okay. So you're still creating the self-paced online, but right now people could sign up for you to work with you one-to-one?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what is your website, and what are your social handles, or what sites are you on?
I'm on Instagram primarily, and it is at stephaniesteyer.com.
Okay.
No, not .com. Sorry. That's my website, stephaniesteyer.com, all one word. And
Okay.
on Instagram, I think there's an underscore between my name, first and last name.
Okay.
And then I am on Facebook, Stephanie Steyer something .5 on Facebook.
Okay. Wonderful.
So yeah.
Yeah, we'll have all of that in the show notes and whatnot in this interview, but just to voice it as well, to put it out there. Awesome. And do you have any final words or ideas or comments to share with our listeners today?
I just have so enjoyed being here with you, Kristen. It's just very, very fun to talk to you. You ask great questions.
Thank you.
I hope that this just sparks some ideas for whoever hears our words, that they feel uplifted and empowered in a way, even if it's like we said, tiny baby step, to make something happen for themselves.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this amazing conversation. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in, and we're super grateful for this amazing conversation with Stephanie Steyer. Thank you, listeners. We'll see you next time. Community Power rocks. Thank you for joining me on this journey of empowerment and connection on the My Body, My Power podcast. If you loved today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who inspires you. Together, we're creating a ripple effect of confidence, courage, and light. Until next time, Goddess, keep shining your power.